Oh, yeah, you rat bastards. Yeah. It's me. It's me. It's Vince McMahon. No, it's not.
I thought it was PvP.
What's going on, you rat bastards? Welcome to another edition of the Sports Drive here on the Arena Sports Network on this Monday, April 18th, 2016. Oh, boy. The dysfunction and injunction is back. We got everybody here. I'm over my cold. Sean is back for surgery. We got Brownie still trying to poke the bear with his dumb bowling scores. We got Donald Trump lackey still trying to hang in there during the campaign. And, of course, we got our lovely snowman here today. Before we get to the Gene Honda introductions, as always, is a public service announcement for you oversensitive bitches out there. This is a non-politically correct sports talk show.
Yeah.
So anything we say on this program comes from our heart, and we're speaking the truth. We're not holding anything back to fit a certain agenda or narrative.
Oh, and I got some things to say.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got some things to say.
And we love doing this show. So if we pick on a guy you like, oh well, they deserve to be called out.
Yeah, and considering the fact we actually do what ESPN doesn't do, it's called research.
Yeah, exactly. And as always, don't forget to keep those positive vibes going throughout your day. Keep cool with your family. If they don't support you, oh well. You only have one life to live, so you got to do what's best for you.
Absolutely.
Anyways, let's get into this Gene Honda introduction today.
Go for it, Josh.
So-called Patriots Day. I can't believe we have an actual holiday in freaking city.
Wait a minute. Who made up this Patriots Day?
Boston.
A very traditional holiday in Boston, and happy Patriots Day to Boston and all of New England.
What?
What? I'm trying to get my sounds. I'm trying to get my sounds queued up here.
Anyways.
For some reason. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait. No, it's still not working. Go, Josh. Go. Just go.
Right. We're gonna take a first trip down to Blue Bumblebee, Indiana. Like I said earlier, this man is Donald Trump's right-hand man for the underground. We got a man who
primary's here next week.
Yeah,
no, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
He's a man who loves his ECW.
That's right.
ECW. And we also got a man who loves old editions of The Simpsons and
90s Simpsons. I love old Simpsons, and I love old and I love Attitude Era WWF.
That's
okay. And the Celebrity Death Match as well.
I remember when MTV aired those. Those were pretty funny.
Yeah. I was a kid when that came out. Anyways,
I won't forget it either.
Anyways, he's one of our co-hosts here. You hear him doing the shock stir, the Skippy Bayless bath shower. It's the big one himself, Frank Sprinkle.
Yeah, you know what? This will definitely bring your Mondays. I mean, Monday seems to be the most depressing day of the year. Trust me, if we can't help brine your Monday, then you obviously have some major problem.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, next person we're going to go to is he hails from Blue Bumblebee, Idaho, part of Bumblefuck Pacific Northwest. Got a man rocking a Ted Williams hats, I think that is, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. All right.
Number 9.
We got a man who's coming off of surgery, but still has 16 million chins. We got a man who runs the Pablo Sandoval fan club. And he's our one and only co-host, the one and only Sean Man.
Good morning, here, I am back all of a sudden from the city, and everything is good on this Monday. Happy Patriots Day. Out there to the wonderful city of Boston and to all of New England. Of course, everybody wonders why I've got the TV on. but it's also because Red Sox are playing the Blue Jays today. And I also have to say, it's great to be back with the guy who enjoys Blue Bumblebee outfits. It's good to be back with the guy who enjoys the Eagles, and it's good to be back with the guy who is a big fan of Stephen Curry. It is a great day and stuff over here. It's a beautiful day out here in the land of potatoes, Idaho. And you know what, Pablo Sandoval? You are a great human being and a great man. You deserve as much props all the time because you deserve that respect.
Okay. All right. The last person we got to introduce here is one of our other fearless leaders here on the Sports Drive. He's a man who hails from Blue Bumblebee, Indiana as well, but he's a Chicago product, just like yours truly. He's a man who's a co-founder of the Exelon Files. And we call this man the Snowman, and the Snowman will try to convince you that the San Francisco 49ers will be 10-6 this year for some godforsaken reason.
A man can try, Candy.
He's the founder of the Arena Sports Network. He's a guy who busts his ass for what he does for a living, and we love this man. His name is Brian Snow. He is the one and only Snowman.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Sports Drive on Arena Sportsnet. And Josh, you goddamn right. I'm gonna try to convince you the Niners are gonna go 10-6 this year. But look, the Niners will go 10-6, and the Patriots will go 7-9. Okay, I
got them.
I disagree with that.
Yes,
I got the Patriots.
We'll get to that later on.
We will get into that later. That was a playful shot at Sean. I had to take it. Oh, and by the way, Sean, let me take this playful shot also. Considering how the season has started, the best Sox are white, not red.
You better believe it. You know what? There's some
Good deal. Yeah, they're 8-4. Yeah.
And listen, Todd Frazier in his sleep.
And by the way,
I haven't picked on Sean in a week. I'm going to get this shout out right. I'm going to get this shout out right now. And Sean, you know I'm kidding around with you. Joe Creedy with a broken back can play a better third base than Pablo Sandoval.
You better believe it.
But it's the
Bandit. You sound like Goldust on crack right there.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank, shut up, you Blue Bumblebee overrated fan. You know very well the Panda's
by the way, before we have to
y'all see what Brownie Master wrote in the chat
room? Turn your TV off because we know you're trying to focus on the Red Sox game. Seeing on the show.
You know what, Sean? Why don't you do what the rest of us real baseball fans do? Turn on WEEI and listen to the radio call while you're working.
Hey, you know what? I have great news. I actually called into their Boston sports station on Friday, and I talked about Sandoval. What are you talking about?
Did you give him the panda voice? Did you give him the panda defending voice?
No, I didn't give Dale and Holly the panda voice when I called in. I just talked about how he is going to be such a trade bait, and hopefully somebody out there will pick him up or something.
Well, you can feel
that I'm only kidding about Panda. You know I am.
Well, you can feel he's going to be a trade bait. Okay, Josh.
I got something for Sean. This next video is what Pablo Sandoval looks like when he goes home.
Oh, I cannot wait for this one.
Oh, no.
I cannot wait to see this. Here we go. This is our first video of the day, folks. Oh, that's foul. That is foul. Oh, my.
That bastard. Oh, no. Oh, my God.
This is so foul. I love it. This is so foul.
I guess the truth really hurts, does it?
Yes, it does. Did you have to give him?
Hey, you know, if this person hangs out with me, he'd be in shape.
I want chicken. I want liver. Meow makes, please deliver. I remember that. That part just cracked me up.
Hey, Sean.
Are we off and rolling yet, kids?
Hey, Josh, I got a question to ask you.
Hey, who deleted that?
Wasn't me.
I didn't press anything. I didn't delete it
either, dude.
That wasn't me.
I'm going to ask you this, though, Josh. Who would win in a steel cage between Hornswoggle and Mini-Me?
Mini-Me.
Can I get Dell?
I
in
don't
a
know
steel
about
cage?
that.
Hey, can I get Dell in a steel cage for 5 minutes? Or would I? I don't think I'd need 5 minutes.
Can we get Del Yates in a barbed wire baseball bat on a pole match?
Perfectly fine.
But that would be unfair. You know why that would be unfair? Because every bit of my anger over the past 6 years would come out.
Yeah, but you could scrape his head with the barbed wire baseball bat.
But there's nothing in it. Why the hell are we going to disgust ourselves with whatever is supposedly in his hand?
Anyways, let's talk to the folks about what's going on today. We have our intro and opening rants. We're going to talk a little bit about the NHL playoffs. We won't go too in-depth about it because there's a lot going on already. We're going to talk about the NBA playoffs as well. Don't forget about that. We're going to do a little something that we did on Friday where we go over some of the picks with the new schedules that were released for the NFL. We had a lot of fun doing that this past Friday show.
Yes, we did.
And we'll finish up the hour going with the NBA playoff talk and talk about what Stan Van Gundy said to Lisa Salters.
Stan Van Gundy told the truth.
Yeah, and then we'll go to On This Day in Sports History. Going back to the Skippy Bayless bath shower, and I told the boys about this. I felt like my brain was going to explode last night typing out these quotes. What for a little behind the scenes story here, I type out these quotes and I save it on a Google Documents every time before I do a show, before I go to bed.
You're the man.
And I really feel like I don't belong on this earth anymore after I finish typing these because I have to question my own sanity after it.
What happened? Did you lose your man card or something?
He doesn't lose. No, he doesn't lose his man card, and I'll tell you why. None of us do because of us having to deal with the crazy bullshit that he speaks.
If anything, I should be rewarded.
We'll go to Hall of Famer Bus today. That's one of my favorite segments of the show, Hall of Famer Bus.
That's great.
And then we'll finish it off with the spoken word for you rap bastards on this Patriot Day. Or the Idaho Walmart Express Center, or whatever the hell it is.
Walmart I love it. Idaho Walmart Express.
And Panda, if you're hearing me,
you only press
Panda, if you're hearing me out there, you are a good human being and a good
God.
He is not overrated. Give the guy some class and give the guy some props while you can.
I can't believe I gave you props.
Hey, Panda, if Panda's a good guy, then Alex Rodriguez doesn't cheat.
If Panda is a good guy, then okay. Listen. Wait a minute. What I'm gonna say is going to get on some people's nerves, but I'm going to say it. And Josh is probably going to boot me, but I'm going to go ahead and make this comparison. If Pablo Sandoval is a great player, then LeBron James doesn't travel every time he has the basketball.
Hey, so I got to ask you a question. How bad would you want Pablo Sandoval to come to your house for dinner?
Don't ask that question.
I would like it. I'd have a cheeseburger and some pizza ready for the guy. I mean, serve him some nice dinner.
The son bitch would.
Sean,
boy.
Do you know you wouldn't have any food in your fridge left?
Oh, there would be plenty of food left. Remember, it's the
I wouldn't.
I don't think so.
Remember, it's the thought that counts, folks, and that's what it's all about.
When it comes to Panda, that's some grade A homogenized Holstein bullshit if I ever heard it.
You see that Boston Shrine? You see that nice Boston? It's a nice Boston Shrine. So if you invite Pablo Sandoval over to your house,
wait till you see the shrine I'm going to make when my studio's complete. It's going to be like right here behind me.
So Sean, you don't want all that stuff to fall to the ground, do you? Because Pablo Sandoval came to your house.
Hey! I built the shrine that I've got with my bare hands, and it looks so nice.
John,
you know what? That explains a lot right there. A lot of sleepless nights in him building that.
John, don't you know there would be an earthquake in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho?
No, there couldn't be an earthquake in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. No,
that's bullshit. That's bullshit because when Pablo Sandoval's belt unbuckled, there was an earthquake in the Sky Dome.
Hey, John. Hey, Sean, your house would be the epicenter. Sean,
Mo Vaughn! I remember him. Oh, was he great? Look at Mo Vaughn.
That guy had power.
He was great. He was a first baseman.
You know what? I guarantee you everybody would put the shift on him today if he were playing. I liked him. What a great player he was.
Here you go, Snowman.
Wait a minute. Isn't that song from NFL Films?
Look at how he swung that bat. Go, Mo.
Why am I hearing this song? This song's from NFL Films. This is not a baseball song. This is an NFL song. Yeah, you got to be kidding me. That wrong song.
Sean.
I grew up with Mo Vaughn. Yeah.
Sean. Frank Thomas swung a better bat than Pablo Sandoval. And Frank Thomas was a big fella also.
Frank Thomas had been a
Let's look at the comparison. Pablo Sandoval's got 3 championships. Frank Thomas only won 1 championship. 3 is more
problem is,
what have you done for me lately?
Sean,
what has he done for me lately? Instead of having this damn belt pop off on national television.
The problem is with Pablo Sandoval having 3 championships. There's just one thing with that. He won them all in San Francisco, in case you haven't noticed.
All right, let's get to our intro and opening rants, please.
Okay.
Let's.
Fat bastard.
Let's see an anagram on the court.
No,
yeah.
Won't say a word.
All right, who wants to go first?
Let Sean go. He's got like 50 of them.
All right. I'm going to rant on my favorite team in NBA called the Boston Celtics. Browning, shut up.
God.
Shut up being an overrated bowling player. We don't want to hear it. Okay, anyway, we continue right along. Celtics. Next time, if you're down by 3 points, never foul a player with 36 seconds left in the game. You could still hold that team and not give up and not foul them. That was a real stupid thing to do. Even Brad Stevens' body language was really, really bad. Do not do that.
Yeah.
Especially in the playoffs. I'm proud of your comeback. But
playoffs? What am I talking about? Playoffs? You kidding me?
Are we talking
playoffs?
Playoffs? Yeah. But that's the point. Do not foul when there's 36 seconds. I mean, you would be PO'd too if you saw your favorite team battle all the way back. You miss a 3, and then you foul, and you're in the penalty, Celtics? Come on. That's stupid.
That would be me after the Detroit Pistons yesterday. And y'all know I hated the Pistons because of the bad boys.
Secondly,
yes,
Dan Van Gundy, you are a smart person for what you said, but we're going to save that later on.
Yeah.
Thirdly, I'm also going to say, NBA, stop being so biased and stop being such a fixed league, because apparently the point is that you are screwing up this league. You're missing calls. The Celtics got screwed on 4 calls on Saturday night. And I said, and you know what? I commented on my book face today. That's what I call Facebook, book face.
Okay.
I commented on it, and I said, no wonder why this league has really gone to heck. Because apparently NBA teams are getting screwed. And, of course, the Cleveland Cavaliers are the team that's getting away with every goddamn call. And the Pistons were getting screwed yesterday. I'm sick and tired of the fact that you see NBA teams that are just getting flat out screwed by bad officiating.
Well,
that's my
I agree.
My comments in the chat room echoes your last statement right there.
Yeah, it is. Sean's right.
On that, Josh. I agree with you. Mm-hmm. That's my opening rant.
Let me go next with my opening rant. And my opening rant is directed toward ESPN. And I got to send a shout out to one of my good friends, Maxwell Ogden, who runs a group on Bookface called 2 Minute Warning. His statement was the following, and after I looked at this graphic, it's very, very true. Do you know how many writers there who work their asses off? Do you know how many writers there are who work their asses off, myself included, and barely pay their bills every month? Yet it seems like every time I check one of the graphics made by their well-paid employees, there's a damn error. seriously, how many dozens of posts have we made in 2MW, 2-minute warning, about this? Now, this is the error. Kawhi Leonard was named Defensive Player of the Year, back-to-back years. Okay? Kawhi Leonard, the list they have of back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year, Kawhi Leonard, Dwight Howard, Ben Wallace, Alonzo Mourning, Dikembe Mutombo, Akeem Olajuwon, Dennis Rodman, and Sidney Moncrief. Okay, the year that they have next to Sidney Moncrief is 1992 to 1994. What is wrong with this picture? I'll tell you what's wrong with this picture. They started awarding Defensive Player of the Year in 1982, not 92, you morons.
That. Yes.
And Sidney Moncrief won the first 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, 82, 83, and 83, 84. So it tells me that ESPN has become even more half-assed in the 2010s that they have ever been, because they don't take time to, wait for it, gentlemen, research what they are talking about. How many times have we made the point on this show that ESPN does not do their research? Okay, I understand you want to put a graphic up about back-to-back Defensive Player of the Years, but the first thing that a sports journalistic company would do, which is what we do here at Arena Sportsnet, and we don't care who doesn't like it. We do our research, okay? Once upon a time, Josh and I didn't speak because of something I got incorrect. And I am anal about my research. And the argument we had was about one Colin Kaepernick. When I went back and looked deeper at the numbers, first thing I did was go to Josh and say, I am sorry. I got a few things incorrect. Okay? When you check and double check, an error may happen. But this is ESPN we're talking about. We're talking about a station and a network that is supposed to be top of the line. Yet all they've made top of the line is their studios, and that is not saying much. So ESPN, you have fucked up a lot of times with the fans more than anything else. When the NBA went to ESPN/ABC in 2002, beginning with the 2002-2003 season, there have been more fuck-ups on that network with their graphics than any other time. I borrow from Under Siege 2, Dark Territory. ESPN has made a lot of assumptions. If anybody remembers and my phone's going off, I'm sorry. Anybody who remembers the movie Under Siege 2, Dark Territory with Steven Seagal, there's a line in there that says the following, and I have made this mistake too. Assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups. And ESPN has been the mother of all fuck-ups since the 2010s, and especially since the NBA has gone to ESPN, which is why the league is going to be in the shitter, which is why the network is going to the shitter, which is exactly why no one will watch ESPN in the next 5 years, and they're all going to come here to our network and pay attention to us because we tell the truth, we call it like we see it, and we don't care whose feelings get butthurt in the process. And that's my rant.
Oh, okay, we got a video here. And then we'll get to Frank.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
and John said again, it's on the way. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ouch.
Yeah, buddy.
That's gotta hurt.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Pow! Period. Period.
Amen to that.
Mm-hmm. Frank.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna add out.
Oh man,
I'm gonna add what Snow
I love you, Josh. Thank you, buddy.
You know what? I want to add on what Snowman said. You know what? Does it seem to me that ESPN, because you mentioned about the NBA coming to ESPN, does it seem to me that when the NBA arrived on ESPN, that all they were trying to do was try to get the NHL out of there?
Mm.
Because you know what? I was all right. Well, I was one of the first people to get ESPN2 when it came on cable in April of 1990. No, it was actually September of 93, I believe. September, October of 93.
Wow.
I was one of the first people to get ESPN2. They would air hockey games pretty much every night of the week. They used to call it Fire on Ice.
Fire on Ice, yes.
There used to be their hockey coverage on ESPN2, and ESPN would show maybe like a Friday or Sunday game. But the thing is, and NBC's doing a fine job with their NHL coverage. I love them, but you know what? ESPN could have had all 4 major sports, and they had to find a way to get rid of the NHL. My goodness! Hey, you know what? Isn't it just shows you that we always expose something about ESPN just about every other day?
Yeah.
And you know what? They've been exposing, I beg your pardon, they've been exposing themselves, not just with their errors, but with their programming.
Right.
Now,
Yes,
I want y'all to pay attention here. Remember when ESPN Radio premiered in 1996?
Well, then.
When ESPN Radio was launched?
I think so. I think I remember that. Yep.
It was actually good back then because they actually had programs where people told the truth about what's going on. But I got a good friend, excuse me, I got a good friend, beg your pardon, down in New Orleans. His name is Mark Clark, okay? He gave me a definition, and I'll never forget it. You know what being an insider is? Especially when it comes to the main networks? Being an insider is an ass kisser.
A sycophant. For you smart word people out there.
Yes.
I find it ironically from ESPN that there's always some miraculous record that LeBron James broke every single game he plays. Every game you watch with the Queen, there's always this sudden record he breaks, right, Sean? It's like, LeBron's the first player to score 31 points, 16 rebounds, and 9 assists in one game.
What was it like?
And 7 times out of 10, when he breaks a record, the Cavaliers lose.
And most of those times, those records are wrong.
Yeah, they are. Dead wrong.
It's like, you know, it's kind of amazing. I'm sorry for being biased with my favorite team, but it's kind of like with I apologize, but I'm going to say this though too. It's kind of like with Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. It would be like when I read about stats about how Bill Russell would always win if Wilt Chamberlain had the most rebounds or the most points. It would always say Wilt Chamberlain has 50 rebounds, 55 rebounds against the Celtics, but yet they lose. It's the same thing with LeBron James. And you know what really also irks me too? It was like a few months ago. They made a big deal about this too. And they made national media. LeBron James picks up a technical foul on a slam dunk, and they make big deal out of it. Big stinking deal. And like I've said, time after time, they are so obsessed with this prick. I'm sorry. LeBron James is an effing prick, and I'm so tired of it.
That's all right. You call whatever you want.
Frank, what was your rant? Did he get to it already?
Oh, yeah, and I just want to say this. Getting back to what I was going to say about ESPN. Of course, you know what? Once they got the NBA, they did not pay much attention to the NHL. They still don't. But you know what? NBC does a fine job with their program. Okay, and speaking of the NHL, that is my opening rant. Listen, the NHL has 4 different national options in the United States when it comes to showing their games. They got NBC Sportsnet, CNBC, USA Network, and the NHL Network. Now, I don't expect the Blackhawks to be on the NHL Network. They're a lot better than that. But the fact is, why is it that over the weekend, Friday and yesterday, you have some pretty good start times for the Blackhawks Blues playoff series? Friday night it was 7, and that bothers me. That pisses me off to no avail here, because the NHL should know better for the people in Chicago and St. Louis, and I'm speaking for the Blues fan just as much as I'm speaking for the Blackhawks fan here, that an 8:30 start time on a weekday is completely wrong, because you have people that have to get up for work and school the next day. So wait,
let's give you a tissue.
So you like the 8:30 start time on a Tuesday and Wednesday?
Hey, when you gotta play a game, you gotta play a game. How about those guys that go travel with teams to the West Coast and have to play?
It's not about the players. This is not about the players.
I'm not talking about the players. I'm talking about writers and media that had to stay up to the wee hours of the morning to cover a West Coast game.
I'm not thinking about them. I'm not thinking about the writers here. I'm thinking about the fans. I'm thinking about those that have to.
Well, it's called the DVR. If
but
you can't watch the whole DVR, the rest of the fucking game.
The playoffs.
You think I should have turned this into a debate?
Yeah, should we?
We already had this debate last week, and I won.
Oh, okay.
We didn't have that debate. It was about the playoff format, and I don't think you did when I won.
Yeah, okay. Dude,
I'm sorry.
Sports, the ratings show that it works at this time slot.
So you go with it until it stops.
I didn't complain one time when the Hawks went to double or triple overtime in the playoffs last year because it's competition. It should go that long.
But no. This is about the start time, Josh. You gluey hump, you.
My issue's not the start time, but my rant. This one's gonna go to the NBA. Actually,
now go ahead.
Okay.
Can somebody explain to me why you go from a game on Sunday with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and then their next game is Wednesday?
I don't know. Is it
Wednesday?
Arena availability? Is that having to do with
LeBron James needs 3 days off to play his next game.
Which prompts a question. Which prompts a question. How come LeBron James gets 3 days off to rest and Stephen Curry only gets 2?
That's exactly why. That's exactly why the NBA playoffs are such an absolute joke and that's why it goes so stinking goddamn long. Maybe it would have been better if we would have never gone to the best of.
Oh, this is a ripoff. You know what, Josh? You look at
best of 5, best of 7, best of 7, and we would still get them by middle of June. Instead, we're going to late.
Mm-hmm. Guys, I got to say something. I'm on the Quicken Loans Arena website. I'm looking at their events calendar. There are no events scheduled for tomorrow or Tuesday, much less. Josh, you are right. This is a complete joke. This is the NBA being criminal to kiss the rear end of LeBron James and give him 2 days rest. Because Quicken Loans has no events tomorrow or Tuesday, so they can play this game on Tuesday.
LeBron is a prick. He's a stupid, arrogant, lousy little prick, and the guy.
And the Miami Heat also have to wait till Wednesday for their next game too.
Okay, have you guys noticed that the schedule?
You got Miami and Cleveland.
Well, you know what they're making.
So you're telling me that the NBA does not want to see the Heat versus the Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference Finals this year? Please tell me that they.
Thank you.
That they're not going to try to do that.
Josh, you took the exact thought. Excuse me. You took the exact thought out of my head. Because they are pining this to be a Miami versus Cleveland Eastern Conference Final, which I hope doesn't. You know what, Sean? This one's for you. You know who I hope winds up in the Eastern Conference Finals? I hope it's the Detroit Pistons and the Boston Celtics.
Hey, that'd be pretty entertaining.
You know what, buddy?
I want to take this back to 87 and 88 because the Pistons and Celtics would be a much more competitive war in the Eastern Conference Finals than the Miami Heat and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
The worst case scenario is that if that does happen, you know what would end up happening if Miami and Cleveland play in the Eastern Conference Finals for reals? Listen to what I'm saying here, gentlemen. Listen to what I have to say.
Okay.
This would be a chain reaction. The reason why I would say it, LeBron would be going up against the former team that he helped win two
championships.
Right. And it would drive me nuts that everybody would be talking about, what kind of reception is this prick going to get when he goes back to Miami? They'll boo him because people were very upset saying
bandwagon fans.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. People who go for this stupid, lousy LeBron James, and I'm sorry, Browning, he's stupid. I don't care what you say. He's a stupid idiot.
Look, Browning's hurt.
Stupid loser wherever he goes. I'm going to take my talents here. I'm going to take my pounds there. I'm just like, shut up already.
Hey, Brownie, you like to rip Roman Reigns, right? You like to rip Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns has more talent than LeBron James does. And, yeah, he's a wrestler.
You know something? The NBA, and this is my humble opinion, and I think y'all would agree, the NBA is trying to set it up where the Cleveland Cavaliers can cheat their way to an NBA championship. Kind of reminds you of what he did with the Miami Heat in 2012.
Mm-hmm. So what? The NBA officials?
As a matter of fact, I go back to 2011, East Finals, Heat and Bulls. I still hold the conspiracy theory that the Bulls were robbed out of the Eastern Conference title.
They won game one. Remember, they won game one in the United Center in that series.
You're going to tell me that the Bulls won game one by 21 points handily, and the 4 games following, Miami actually got their act together? That's bullshit. There were so many bullshit calls, and Sean, I'm going to come to you here in a minute. There were so many bullshit calls in games 2 through 5, including what turned out to be the clincher in game 5, that LeBron James was able to get away with so much that you can't help but think that the Bulls suffered the same fate in 2011 that the Sacramento Kings suffered in 2002. Period.
All right. I want to do something really quick here because we got to go to our NFL picks and do the SVG thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go a quick wraparound of all the playoff series that are going on right now for NHL and the NBA. So for those who don't know, I actually do on the side as a hobby to keep updated with all these teams. I do recap articles. Mm-hmm. So if you want to see it, it's in the chat room. Give it a check out on Facebook.
I want to say this too, Josh. You do a sensational job with your recap articles. Absolutely,
yeah, he does.
Props, because he tells it like it is, and he does the research, just like me, Frank, and Snowman.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Awesome, dude.
All right, let's start with NHL.
I'll put a cool day on for Josh.
Let's do the NHL first, shall we?
Sure thing. Fire away, bud.
We'll start off with the Eastern Conference. We have the Red Wings coming off a win last night, but they're still down 2-1 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Game 4 will be
Josh, let me stop you a minute. I'm going to have to do a quick reset, and I'll come back in about 2 minutes, all right? I'll be right back, Emma.
All right. Go ahead, Snowman.
Well, that series real quickly, the Lightning and the Red Wings, that anytime you're down 0-2, Game 3 is the must-win game. You have to win it. Otherwise, you realize if you're down 0-3, you are in a big giant hole. So
I
bet you Tara's happy.
Win that series.
Tampa Tebow's happy.
Tampa Bay will win because you know what, guys? Detroit. This is a team that has had their heyday. I'll tell you what, for Detroit to be in the playoffs every year since I think 1991, that has been remarkable within itself. But you know what? Time comes where you start to age, and this team has aged considerably.
All right, the next one. The Rangers beat the Penguins again yesterday. The Rangers have a 2-1 lead over the Penguins. Wes is not happy.
Who cares about what Wes feels? Who cares?
You know what? And I have to say this too. The Penguins, for some reason, over the last few years against the Rangers, have had so much trouble trying to beat them. You know, and I have to say this too.
I still don't care.
If they would have been, I have to say this, Frank, if the Penguins would have had Game 2-1, and if they had not lost and played so sloppy in Game 2, they would have been in a much better advantage. I think they're in trouble. I think the Penguins realize the pressure is on them, thinking, look what happened to us last year. We lost in 5 games to the New York Rangers. Same situation, actually, last few years. I just don't know. They're probably thinking, boy, it's a jinx where we just can't beat the Rangers in the playoffs.
I think this team has become better since Alain Vigneault has been the head coach.
The next one here, we have the Islanders. They won in overtime yesterday, 4-3. They have a 2-1 lead over the Florida Panthers. The Islanders are now playing at the Barclays Center. So, hey, at least something good has happened at the Barclays Center. Unlike
this is true.
Nets.
Hey,
can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you fine, so man.
Let me, before Josh continues, I said I had a surprise. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to do it till now. Our programming is now presented by Cleaver Supplements.
Woohoo!
Got that deal Thursday night. Cleaver Supplements, pure supplements when genetics are just not enough. Josh, continue.
I was just gonna say.
Awesome.
I was just gonna say though, can the Panthers still come back and win this series?
I
It's
guess
the Florida
it'll be a
Panthers.
long series.
Yeah.
Anyway, the last one for the Eastern Conference side for the NHL, we have the Capitals up 2-0. The series is now moved to Philly tonight, and they're going to look for a 3-0 lead tonight. So,
How funny would
That'll
it be
be
if the
interesting.
Flyers? How funny would it be if the Flyers came back and won 4 in a row and gave Alexander Ovechkin heartbreak? That'd be pretty
exactly.
funny.
What happened?
I
What
would
happened?
love,
Capitals will be
I would
eliminated.
love for that to happen.
We got a couple surprises here.
Surprises.
The San Jose Sharks are up 2-0 against the Los Angeles Queens.
And they stole
I
home
call-
ice.
Who
They
cares?
stole
This is
home
San
ice.
Jose Sharks.
Wait a minute. They stole home ice, though, from Los Angeles.
I care still, man, because everybody thinks the Queens are going to win the cup this year.
But we have to
Not.
realize this with the Sharks. I think they've had this before happen to them. They got to realize if they get up 3-0 very fast in a series, you better finish it off because I'm telling you, there has been some history against them where they have blown a 3-0 lead. I can't remember which series it was. I think it was a few years back. So
They stole home
Well,
ice.
the
That's
Sharks came back from 3-0 down against the Detroit Red
Oh.
Wings.
yeah, that's right. Thanks, Snowman. You corrected me on that.
Next one, we have the Nashville Predators up 2-0 against the Anaheim Ducks.
The
I'm
Anaheim
shocked by
Ducks.
that. I'm actually.
I'm not.
You're not?
the reason why
Nope.
Nashville's going to win that series because they're not playing the Blackhawks.
And when Nashville sees the Blackhawks in the second round, we're going to sweep their ass.
They got to win tomorrow, the Blackhawks. We'll talk about that, though, when we get there.
Minnesota gave their asses kicked by the Dallas Stars 2-0.
Not surprised there. Minnesota sloppy with the puck, and Dallas has really revitalized the city after the fact that they had some years that were bad for them.
Hey,
Even though I
it's
always remember Mike Madonna.
Hey, is the Mann family mad at the Minnesota Wild? I need to
Yes.
know.
You know what? The Mann family is kind of down because the Wild are down 0-2 and the Twins are not.
Oh,
doing
God.
Oh, please.
The
I'm
Minnesota
sorry,
Twins-
even though it's a
Hey,
subject.
the Minnesota Twinkies. The Minnesota Twinkies.
Sweet keys.
Minnesota.
Twinkies.
I love Twinkies.
All right.
Does anybody like deep fried?
Why did I open my mouth? I'll be right back.
All right. The Blackhawks are down 2-1. They lost yesterday 3-2 against the Blues.
Deep fried Twinkies are great,
The
dude.
Blues
Had it?
got their game-winning goal thanks to a power play in the middle of the third period. But Hawks are down 2-1. The series is not over, so we'll see what happens.
You know what? And with the Blackhawks, you got to realize this. You don't panic. We've seen this Blackhawk team do it before throughout the years in their 3 cups they've won. Always when they get down 2-1, they don't panic. They realize, look, we've been in the situation. We can come right back and win 3 in a row. I saw what they did in 2013. It broke my heart. 2010 to the Flyers, and, of course, last year, and, of course, other than the Stanley Cup Finals, they have been
Vladimir Tarasenko guy for the Blues, man, is killing them. He keeps getting all these assists and goals, man. You need to block that guy already. Jesus Christ.
I have to ask you all this too, since Josh and Frank and Snowman,
Finally, I get a chance to speak.
Finally, you all live
Be quiet,
in you all live in the Chicago area. The mood, is it high or low? I mean, are they like saying, you know what? It's no big deal. The Blackhawks have been down 2-1 before, and they've come
I'll
back.
answer that question. All the Blackhawk fans that are as confident as they were last year when we were down against Nashville, they're saying it's no big deal. Game 4 is in our house, and we're going to put a foot in their ass.
Period.
I think there's a quiet.
By the way, Sean, in response to the Minnesota Twinkies, I have one of these.
All right. Let's go to the NBA,
Sure.
shall we?
No,
Why? It's rigged.
Unfortunately.
Why?
Why it's rigged?
It is free.
Why are we talking about rigged sports? The only
Hey,
rigged-
NBA is supposed to be the real sport, right?
allegedly.
that's some grade A homogenized Holstein
Holstein
cupcake bullshit.
Yeah. By the way,
And, Sean, the Twins suck.
WWE does better sports entertainment than the NBA.
That is so true. Yeah, you better believe it.
You know what?
Props for that.
Man, the Mann family would say, "We're gonna win, Twins. We're gonna score."
You need to shut up, you freaking hump.
It is.
All right, here we go.
Sean,
Playoffs.
the
Sorry.
Twins haven't done any winning since they blew the piss out of the Metrodome.
Oh God.
Hey, do you think they missed the Metrodome?
Okay. Anyway, the Cavaliers are up 1-0 against the Detroit Pistons. Unfortunately, also
Detroit got screwed.
Of course they got screwed. Listen to Stan Van Gundy's comment.
I texted Snowman yesterday on my phone, and I'll tell you one thing. I said, boy, Snowman, just look at how the Pistons are getting screwed on a lot of the calls. And you know what? Cleveland can go screw themselves. They were lucky that they won. Kevin Love got lucky to hit the threes, and I noticed that there were so many missed calls against the Pistons. I said, that's why the stupid league is so frickin' biased.
Yeah. Anyways, the Heat are up 1-0 against the Charlotte Hornets. They
Boring.
Luol Deng had 31 points yesterday.
The Heat
never got rid of Luol Deng.
The Heat came out and really just manhandled Charlotte and blew them out. I mean, they had to do what they had to do.
Okay, Snowman, you did it.
For Charlotte to win against Miami, they have got to play a lot better to try to get a split before this series goes back to North Carolina.
Sorry for this Patriots Day bummer party pooper moment here, but the Atlanta Hawks are up 1-0 against the Boston Celtics at the Highlight Factory. I think you appreciate that. There, the Highlight Factory. I stole that from Hoodie. He used to call it the
I know.
Highlight.
I know. Hood has used that with me too, as many times as I've spoken to him.
Honestly, Patriots Day has been canceled.
You know, the Celtics, I'm proud that they made a comeback in this series. They had a chance to come back and steal game one and steal the home court away. You know, they still got a chance tomorrow. It's still not over, but I think the big concern will be how can they win without Avery Bradley? I mean, Avery Bradley has been a very big player for the Celtics all year. I mean, that's a big question, Josh, Frank, and Snowman. We'll see. We'll see how well they can respond.
Bradley will rally the Boston Celtics. That's how I think.
Well, remember, in 2012, in 2012, they went through the same situation, Snowman. Celtics lost by like 9 or 12 points to the Hawks. They regrouped, came back and stole game 2, and they beat the Hawks in 6 games. And that was
how the hell are the Atlanta Hawks in the playoffs in the first place?
Also, by the way, the Pacers are up 1-0 against the overrated Raptors.
And I called that. I called that when we went through our playoff matchups. I called that one.
I'll tell you one thing. Toronto better find a way to snap this losing skid. Toronto Raptors have lost 7 straight playoff games. 7 straight. And tonight
that 7's going to turn, and that 7's going to turn into 10 by next week.
Correct. Also, by the way, you have the Clippers.
Who cares?
They're up 1-0 against the Trailblazers. We have the Spurs up 1-0 against the Grizzlies. The Warriors blew out the Rockets. And then we also have what's the other series?
There's too many series. I mean, too many.
That should tell you, Josh. That should tell you, Josh, that it doesn't matter, okay?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oklahoma up 1-0 against the Mavericks.
Well, care about these? Does anybody here really care about?
Don't you?
1-8.
Don't you mean the Seattle SuperSonics? Because that's who the Oklahoma City Thunder is.
Yeah, it's like the
Seattle. They're not Oklahoma City. They're the Seattle SuperSonics. Well, that's how I'm going to refer to them.
Yeah. With Dallas, with them getting thumped and just destroyed Saturday night, Mark Cuban's reaction was like this. Scum just shit.
He's got the NBA version of the modern day Yankees. An old ass team trying to be relevant.
I have to agree because Dallas, there's no way they're going to win this first round against OKC. They are old. They're a team that needs to rebuild. And Mark Cuban can't rely on old veterans. He has to find a way to get this Mavericks team to be back like they were 5 years ago. And Frank, I think you can agree with me. Rick Carlisle is lucky that his job is safe. Because imagine this. Imagine, gentlemen, if Dallas did not make the playoffs this year. Rick Carlisle could have been out the door as Mavericks coach.
If Rick Carlisle doesn't win this series, he is out the door.
You think he's
think so? Yeah, you think? Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that.
If Rick Carlisle does not win this series, or at least win a game in this series, he out of there.
He out of there.
He gone.
And then Mark Cuban has to find another good coach.
How about me?
Can we just send OKC back to Seattle? I put this in the.
I don't know. No, I like actually. Oklahoma City is one of the best atmospheres in the NBA, though.
But there's nothing in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of college football.
Hey, it's Tornado Alley. Yeah, Oklahoma.
Hey, Sean, I got your tornado right here.
OKC is right in the middle between Norman, Oklahoma, and Stillwater.
Wait a minute. Okay. Nicholas Spiva lives in Oklahoma City. That's one good thing out of Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm. No.
Close, I guess. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, wait. I haven't played a sound yet, and I'm going to grace Josh with this. Wait.
Boy Hump is done. Thanks, Florida.
And I think, though, with OKC, I think realizing how far they go in the playoffs, this is the last chance they have. Because think about it. Kevin Durant is a free agent, regardless of what happens. And it's going to be very big. I mean,
Exactly.
Kevin Durant is not staying.
Yeah, because OKC wants to do whatever they can to keep Kevin Durant. But we've talked about this the last few weeks. Where would he end up when the free agency comes?
Hopefully not with LeBron. Hopefully,
hey guys,
okay. I'm going to bring up a very ridiculous scenario that just may wind up happening. And this is going to frighten the daylights out of Sean. It may wind up happening, but 90% of my gut says it won't happen. Imagine Kevin Durant in Oakland.
It's not happening.
It's not gonna happen, but it
shouldn't happen either.
Think about it throughout the course of the NBA season. It's been thrown out there.
I'm sorry, Snowman. If Kevin Durant
says no,
I'm sorry, Snowman, but if he goes to Golden State, then the Golden State Warriors end up like the Miami Heat a couple years ago. You know,
but there's one
All-Stars.
with one key difference. With one key difference, they actually play team ball.
I'm sorry, I like team basketball, not stacking all-stars.
See, that's what made the NBA of the 80s and 90s great. It was pure team.
You know, a couple weeks ago, they came out with an article. They said there are 4 teams that actually the Celtics is one.
Bulls.
Celtics, maybe the Bulls, maybe the Lakers. You know,
get rid of Jimmy Butler as soon as you can.
And you know what? Regardless what happens with the Cavaliers in the playoffs, there's one man out there that'll be watching the entire thing with Durant, and I hate to say it, LeShit James.
Oh God!
Which prompts this response from me:
stay off the weed.
Thank you.
And you know what? Sean, get out of here.
Get out of here! You're throwing him out. That's not cool.
Okay, you got Stan Van Gundy stuff, Josh?
Yes. This is gonna be a segment for First Take, and I want to get your guys' thoughts on it.
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Sean, I didn't play this for you either.
Are you kidding
You get to hear that.
Here we go.
81 points together. LeBron had 22 points, 11 rebounds, and Pistons coach Stan Van Gundy not too happy about how the refs treated LeBron. Take a listen. Some interesting comments here.
Oh, yeah, we got to hear this.
Them upset our guys. You know, they've got to understand LeBron's LeBron. They're not going to call offensive fouls on him. He gets to do what he wants. They got to understand that.
Oh.
So Stan Van Gundy says they won't have offensive fouls on LeBron, and he can do whatever he wants. Skip, to stand up a point?
Ooh.
And the main reason I loved it, not that it was just great theater for us to watch. I about fell off my couch at that point. But he's right about what he's saying. LeBron is going to get those calls for 2 reasons. Number one, just because he is LeBron James, and he's earned a lot of those calls. But
no, he hasn't.
As you well know, LeBron at about, what do we call him, 260 pounds, is a flat-out locomotive barreling down the lane. And it starts to remind me of Shaquille O'Neal in his prime when he was unreffable. It was too hard to figure out who did what to whom in real time. It was happening so quickly and so violently. Did Shaq initiate? Did the defender, bless you, initiate the contact? And that's how LeBron is, that locomotive barreling down the lane. I only wish that the refs could have heard what Stan was saying early in the game so that it might have influenced slightly, planted some subliminal seeds in their minds late in the game, because I give you 4 minutes left. with the Cavs up only 94-92. Could we see this play, please? Where LeBron locomotives down, barrels into the lane. Caldwell Pope gets in his way. I thought he was trying to get out of his way. I thought it was just a flat-out run-over offensive foul. And not only did they not call an offensive foul, they called a foul on Caldwell Pope while LeBron was appearing to be passing to the corner, and they made it a shooting foul. Is that not a pass? I think it's Kevin Love in the corner. I can't really tell. But to me, they got 2 calls wrong on that play, and I wish they had the seeds planted by Stan Van Gundy early, because that was a pivotal play in the game. The ball could have gone the other way with Detroit having a chance to either tie or go ahead. And remember, about 30 seconds later, my man Reggie Jackson, I'm a big fan, Reggie, completely lost his poise, walked to a referee and just begged for a technical foul after he thought he got slapped on the right hand as he went up to shoot by Shumpert. Right. Maybe he did, but you can't do that. You can't melt down right in front of your teammates in the world on ABC. And that was the end of Detroit, as we knew and for a while loved them in this game. And obviously they were up, 7 with 11 minutes left and had a chance to steal one here. And again, that meltdown was the end of, I think, the frustration with the way the game is called for pro LeBron James.
First of all, let me say this. Number one, I'm a fan of Stan. I think that he's done an exceptional job in Detroit. I think he's got them aimed in the right direction. I'm proud of the job that he's done. I also want to, as an aside, say I'm proud of the job Jeff Van Gundy did yesterday in calling the game that his brother was coaching, unapologetically rooting for his brother.
He was.
You know, they didn't hide it, didn't do anything.
No, he was.
All right, but still called it like he saw it, and I applaud him for that. He did an outstanding job. Having said all of that, let me also say this. I thought it was great on Stan Van Gundy's part, because I think he's straight up, and he's, you know, for everything that I've ever known about him, he's always come across as incredibly honest and authentic to me, and I'm sure he meant what he said. But in defense of LeBron, let's point this out.
Oh, God.
31 offensive fouls have been called against.
You know what? I have something to say about this. Okay.
The moment he says, I need to defend LeBron, you already lose your argument there.
You know what? I have something to add there.
Don, you have a lot of things to add.
As much as we all disagree with Skip Bayless,
yes,
94-92, the game on the line, Detroit's making it a heck of a game. I'm thinking, come on, Detroit, you can steal it. I got up from my seat on my couch, and I thought, how in the blue hell do you not call an offensive foul on LeBron James, and you give Detroit that foul? I was like, that's bullshit. I was like, that is the worst. That is absolutely the worst officiating I ever saw. I mean, can you blame Detroit for being fed up with it? I'm sitting there thinking, my God, Detroit's getting screwed. I said, I got to text Snowman. Snowman would even say,
I've been fed up. I have been fed up with the treatment of LeBron by the officials and by the media since the day he came in 2002.
Let me ask you guys this.
14
I want to say this. Snowman, I want to hear you.
Years.
Snowman, I want to add on to something.
Go ahead, Frank. Yeah, go ahead, bud.
Okay, we have to really appreciate Stan Van Gundy here. Because how many coaches? Okay, all right, Josh, hold on. That's the point I'm mentioning. But that's the point I'm mentioning. How many coaches in this league are going to go right in front of Lisa Salters or whoever on ABC, ESPN, TNT, whatever the network is, and admit that LeBron James is getting the calls here? What head coaches
Phil Jackson did it.
Who did?
Phil Jackson did it.
Okay, but here's the thing. Phil Jackson's a Hall of Famer. I'm talking about today. Okay. How many coaches are going to admit it today outside of Stan Van Gundy?
If I was a coach in the NBA, I'd be fined like a sumbitch every game.
I don't think you should.
You know, wait a minute. Frank, let me answer your question. You know who calls it like he sees it but has been shut down in doing so? Glenn Doc Rivers.
Oh, he's a great coach.
You know, and I have to say this too. I said, I don't blame Detroit Piston fans for all being up in arms watching this game, realizing how screwed they got. It was just a horrible – that was the game right there, realizing it's 94-92, and then LeBron's going there, and the Piston is right in position. And I said, What? I said you did not call an offensive foul. I'm still upset about that. And this is exactly
that was the point,
why,
Sean, where you texted me after that call. I think that was the point where you texted me.
Guys, I need some help with something. I need your help with something. This also reflects to something that happened in the NFL last year. And it was the Carolina Panthers. They were at home. I don't remember who they were playing, but Cam Newton got into it with one of the officials. And the official said, and like I said, I don't remember who they were playing. But here's the thing, Cam Newton, but actually he does make a point here, Cam Newton. The official said, well, you're not worthy of those calls.
No, you're not old enough to get
That's
those
what it was.
calls.
That's what it was. That's
Ed
what it was.
Hockley, you rat old bastard.
That's who it was. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, you gluey helm.
Oh, yes, that's right. And that was, I think,
we ripped them.
I forgot all that.
That was like week 2 or week 3. And they were at home. Carolina was at home, and they were battling. And, of course, they won the game. Ed Hockley comes up to Cam Newton saying, you're old enough not to get the calls. You're not old enough.
Tom Brady's going to be 39 this year. I'm sure he's old enough to get a bunch of calls which way he wants it.
It just makes me sick how much how the NBA has just changed so much and how they are wanting this overrated NBA player to win. Oh, sorry, Snowman.
Sean, I'll tell you the exact point when the NBA became what it is, when ESPN took the contract from NBC.
Correct.
And you know what? That was an emotional night for me when the NBA went off NBC, because then it was the end of a great time we had watching growing up, some of the great rivalries and the matchups and the NBA theme song, and we've talked about that time after time. CBS and NBC really did a sensational job with it, but now it's just so different because it's on that network.
Let's go quickly. Let's get past quickly through on this day. There's a lot to get to. Then we'll go into the bash jar. Okay, guys? Let's go to on this day.
Okay.
All right. Sure. Here at the top of the hour, on this day, 1923, the Yankee Stadium opened in Bronx, New York. The Yankees beat the Red Sox 4-1. John Philip Sousa's band played the national anthem. This is Yankee Stadium number 1. On this day, 1938, President Roosevelt threw out the first ball preceding the season opener between the Washington Senators and the Philadelphia Athletics. How about that one?
How about that?
Yeah, how about it?
On this day, 1956, Ed Romeo. Ed Romeo became the first umpire to wear glasses during a Major League Baseball game.
I wear glasses.
Time.
Yeah.
That explains a lot right there with your brain, Sean.
Yeah. On this day, 1962, Bill Russell scored 30 points and got 40 rebounds in a win over the Los Angeles Lakers. It was the 4th straight NBA title for the Boston Celtics.
They won in 7 games. They beat LA 110-107. That's right, at the old Boston Garden.
On this day, 1966, Bill Russell became the first player coach for the Boston Celtics. On this day, 1977, Eddie Murray hit his first career home run. No, not the comedian. Let's not jump the horses.
He's a Hall of Famer. I know who you're talking about.
Anyway, on this day, 1982, the Atlanta Braves set a National League record when they won their 11th straight game for the start of the season.
Mm-hmm.
On this day, 1985, Tulane University abolished its 72-year-old basketball program. The reasons was charges of fixed games, LeBron, drug abuse, and payments.
LeBron.
On this day, 1987, Mike Schmidt hit his 500th career home run. That's
Michael
pretty
Jack
cool.
Schmidt.
That was in Pittsburgh.
Called by Henry Callis.
That was in Pittsburgh.
Yep. On this day, 1987, the New York Islanders beat the Washington Capitals 3-2 in 68 minutes and 47 seconds into overtime. It was the 6th longest game in NHL history. Well, I'm sure the Blackhawks already succeeded at that point already, especially in the playoffs. On this day, 1995, Joe Montana retired from the NFL, for those out there. On this day, 1999, Wayne Gretzky played his final NHL game. Pretty cool. On this day, I got two more. This one will make Snowman sad, and then the next one will make Snowman happy, actually. Okay? On this day, 2005, it was announced that NFL's Monday Night Football would leave for ABC in 2006.
ESPN.
Yeah, and then on this day, 2007, Mark Burley threw a no-hitter against the Texas Rangers.
Yes, the Texas Rangers.
That game.
I do remember that too.
Only runner he allowed in that game was Sammy Sosa with a walk, and then 2 pitches later, he picked him off.
That was what, April 18th, 2007?
April 18th, 2007.
I remember that.
And I'm going to make Josh happy. The big hit of that game was delivered by Jermaine Dye when he smacked a slam in the 6th inning to stretch the lead.
You can put it in the board. Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Time for the
I got a question. I got a question of the day.
I have an answer for you.
Before we go to the bash hour, I got a question of the day for the fellas here on the panel and for the folks in the chat room.
Sure.
It's pretty simple. Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes. I didn't need an answer. Pancakes,
my God.
definitely.
They're both so good. That's a good one. I'll go with waffles.
For pancakes.
Well, I got a shout from a group of YouTubers out in Seattle. They're known as Cult Move. They deep fry everything and they try a lot of strange foods. But I sent them a comment saying give me a shout out after they tried a breakfast product. So that's what they did yesterday. So I'm shouting them out back. Anyway, I think it's time for something as we are like 7 minutes into what we should be doing. And Sean, would you do the honors, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, of course, it is great to be back after that surgery. Anyway, the guy with the shocks is ready. The man who's got his items up for bid up there in Chicago, my good friend Snowman, is ready to go. And Josh Lopez has, of course, got quotes of this annoying, biased broadcaster, overrated broadcaster. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour.
Yay.
How many mice do we got today?
How many shocks? How much torture?
Oh, man. We got 2 baker's dozens. We got 24 mice today.
Oh,
Kind of up. That's kind of up.
Is your hold on, is your theme ready, Snowman? You got the video up there and loaded too? The real stars fight back?
It is time for the Skippy Bayless Bash. Skip Bayless talks crap all day long, and now it is our turn. We all know Bayless is a moron, but now the real stars are back.
That's too quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Monday. Come on, blast it. It's Monday.
I'm trying to blast it. Hang tight.
Wake
Hold
up.
on, everybody.
Okay. I'm going to try this one more time. But you know what? We're wasting time. Josh, go.
Yeah, let's wake the neighbors up.
I'll fix the sound while we're going along here. Josh, go.
All right, let's do it. All right. Skippy Bayless said that bye.
And thus we begin.
There we go.
Yeah, indeed.
My Golden State Warriors looked amazing against the Houston Rockets.
I agree. They did. They did.
Whoa. Hold it here.
What's up, Gary?
I have to say something here.
What's going on, Gary?
Sean's got something to say, kind of, as he always does.
Skip Bayless, what makes it right for you call them my Golden State Warriors? You've been bashing the crap out of the Warriors the entire year, and now you're saying my Golden State Warriors looked amazing against the Rockets? Shut up!
Well, come on, Sean.
Skip Bayless is your
come on,
Skip
Sean.
Bayless is your everyday bandwagoner.
Yeah,
Okay?
exactly. Goes for the winner.
He bashes
Exactly.
he's bashed the daylights out of the Golden State Warriors for the past 2 seasons
Yep.
in favor of his dick riding Cleveland Cavaliers. And when the Warriors whooped their ass, the worst fair weather fan. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you, bud.
The worst fair weather fan. And when the Warriors whipped their ass, like they're going to do again this year, when the Warriors won it all, he had nothing to say. Skip Bayless, until you decide to become a real fan, shut up.
Hey, you know what? I got to tell you this. Oakland is one tough city. Skip Bayless would not last 5 minutes in Oakland.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? When they lost last
5 minutes in Oakland, just watch.
Bayless wasn't hiding. He went in hiding after the fact that the Cavaliers got knocked out in 6 games.
Yeah. Skip, stay out the Viagra while you're at it too at the same time, please. Anyway, next one. Skippy Bale said that bye.
No, not again.
Oh, boy.
Well, it is what it is.
My Cleveland Cavaliers played a great game against the Detroit Pistons yesterday.
That's some grade A homogenized Holstein cupcake Twinkie bullshit.
Twinkie bullshit.
I don't know.
It was rigged. It was rigged.
You know what?
There you go.
Thank you.
It was a rigged game.
And another thing I ask.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Exactly.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
Wait.
What's
Gary
up,
says
Bobby?
Toronto should even the series with Indiana. Gary, I got news for you. Indiana's going to go up 2-0 in Canada.
I'm sorry, Gary, but the way the Raptors look right now, they 7 straight postseason losses.
Yeah,
that is hurting them.
Hey guys, not to change the subject, but isn't it odd that say what you want about the Raptors being the playoffs, but isn't it odd that they're in the playoffs and no NHL Canadian team isn't?
First time in a long time.
Goodbye, Frank.
By the way, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if it's me, but I hate when I listen to sports talk radio shows and the fans call in and they're like, first time, long time. Hey, I'm a first time, long time.
You know what? First time in a long time. And Frank, I exclude you from this statement.
Sure.
First time in a long time sounds like some fair weather Cub fans I know.
Exactly.
Oh, I agree. I agree. Oh, yes. Yeah.
It also sounds like some fair weather Bears.
And that's why I excluded Frank, because he's a long time Cub fan.
But I'm a realist.
And this is the first time I get to play this week. But Josh, your favorite word?
Hey, hold up. Let me pause you right there. Hey, Frank, you don't have to say you're a realist. Just say what you have to say. I hate when people say, "Oh, I'm a realist. I'm honest."
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. A lot of people don't believe it. That's why I have to clarify, because we live in this world where people just don't
Who gives
believe
a fuck what they think? Just say what you need to say.
No, some people are just plain old stupid today, Josh. You know that, you glowy hump.
I know. Anyway.
Oh, one of my buddies who's gotten me accustomed to blab is here. Bobby Shadow's in the house.
Bobby Shadow in the house. Antonio, Gary.
Hey, how you doing, Bobby? What up?
Follow Shadow if you would at Shadow 3413. We had a nice talk, and he's getting me situated. He said he'd help us pump our programming out. And Shadow, thank you very much, man. Thank you for coming on. And let me go ahead and say this. I know I said Josh would bring his articles to Arena Sportsnet. I will do that on one condition. We're going to phase out the print and bring in the audio and the video, because it's what's drawing people now. Professional blabbers in the house
professional
as
blabber.
Well. What's up, professional blabber? Thanks for joining us. Now, Josh, this is for you.
There you go. All right. For those who are just tuning in, we're doing our infamous Skippy Bayless bash shower. So if you have any comments, put it in the chat room by all means.
Is it famous or infamous? What is it?
All right, next one.
Yeah.
Skippy Bayless said that bye.
Oh, Lord.
My Boston Red Sox need to get their stuff together.
John?
Wow. You know, this is exactly why.
This is exactly why we have this.
This is exactly why, Skip Bayless, you need to shut your goddamn yap, okay? Because let me tell you, it's early in the goddamn season. They're 6-5. That's, okay, it's one game over. I mean, they've been playing better of late. Don't give me that crap and say they need to play better. Okay, it's not your Red Sox. You only go for and you've never been a Boston sports fan. I know more about Boston sports than you do, you dumb idiot.
I agree there.
This next one's going to piss Sean even more off, actually, to be honest.
No. Okay, I'm leaving.
Let me. Oh no!
Oh, there goes Frank. Bring him in, though, man.
Let me thank Bobby Shadow again for not only helping me but helping a lot of blabbers out and pumping our programming out there. You know, he always helps us. Let me give a reminder. Today's show brought to you in part by Cleaver Supplements. Cleaver Supplements, pure supplements when genetics is not enough.
That's, you know what, Skip Bayless, that's just like
Skip Bailey.
Yeah, Skip Bayless, that's just like you saying that, oh, the White Sox are lucky to be this good, or the Cubs are lucky to be this good.
Hey, you know what, next, we move on to next, because apparently there's another quote that Sean's not going to like, so we might as well get that out of the way.
Right.
Bring it on.
You had
Okay,
to bring up the White Sox, Sean, did you, right?
Yeah, Sean, quiet. We got to.
You know how much he hates us.
Sean, quiet. There's another quote you're not going to like. We got to get this out of the way. Come on.
I'm almost
all right. Let him read it.
Skippy Bayless said that by.
Oh boy.
New York Yankees are looking quite well. Started off the baseball season.
Okay,
I knew it. I knew it.
No, let the dude speak. Let the dude speak.
5 and 6 overall. Aroyd hasn't had a good. Aroyd, okay, he had a 2-run shot. He had a 2-run shot yesterday, and then of course the other thing is I watched the entire series when they played against Seattle.
You did?
You know what, Skip Bayless? The Skankies can't even get men home with runners in scoring position. So shut your goddamn yap.
The Fankies? The Fakies?
Yes.
Hankies. I hate them.
Skankies.
Okay, they are not good. They aren't going to win the World Series, you idiot.
Alex Rodriguez is a fakie.
Hey, speaking. I'm gonna take a shot at Sean here.
Hey, Sean, do that again.
Aroyd.
There you go.
I'm gonna give you got some prop, dude. Not bad.
Sean, you know when y'all played the Toronto Blue Jays?
Yeah.
When y'all see them later this year, here's a video from Josh. Edwin Encarnacion is going to walk the parrot a lot of times against you guys.
No way.
And you know what I'm talking about, his home run trot.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. What happened?
Oh,
I thought Josh was going to come with a video.
Do we have a video? Oh, here it is.
I didn't touch anything.
Not me. I didn't touch anything either. This should be very interesting.
Oh, Lordy.
Let's see this. Come on, let's see.
There we go.
Trying to get things straightened out and trying to give the Tigers a couple of.
Oh, wow.
Why are we honoring stupidity?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, why are we honoring stupidity? And
sorry, but you know what, Aroyd?
I don't want to see this.
Don't touch.
Tigers a couple innings.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
You know, he may not be on juice when he hit that, but you know what? He was on juice at one point.
Well,
I see it this
Michael
way.
K.
He's always on juice.
This is joke on the Taz show. Yes, a soundbite. It's called an A-bomb from A-Rod.
That's
A-Rod.
That's John Sterling's call.
Yes, I know.
From the Yankees radio network.
He's so annoying. Yankees win. I'm like, just shut up.
Oh, Jesus.
I remember John Sterling did.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. And
there you go.
Bobby, I have a lot of sounds like this.
You need to blast that, my brother. Next.
Win.
Hey, do one in person just for the folks that never seen you do the next.
Next.
That was awesome sauce, dude. Awesome, dude.
All right. Skippy Bayless said that he and he alone should call the NBA Finals this.
Oh my God! Wow.
That's okay. I got the mute button. That's okay. I got the mute button. Hey, what up, Shadow dude?
Hey, it's all good. I will watch the NBA Finals, jackass.
That's like really stupid. I'll boycott. That's fine. I'll boycott it because we all know in the end he would want Cleveland.
Hey, I got a question. Can I be a sidekick?
Please yet. But I have one now. Y'all ready to see the first item up for bids?
Yes.
Go
Ding,
ahead.
ding, ding.
Oh,
I take
God.
those every day.
Oil.
I do take those every day.
Let's have some fish oil.
My doctor recommended
You
fish
know
oil.
why? You know why I brought out the fish oil?
No.
Why,
Because
bud?
it's Skip Bayless's brain right now.
Exactly. I think this next one's going to get Snowman round up in his gears.
Wait a minute. Look at Shadow. Loose stool. You know what? Let me piggyback on what Shadow says. One of my favorite parts when Jay Leno did headlines was, well, Jay Leno did the Tonight Show was headlines. I remember this sequence. Here's something to go along with the buffalo crap. It's mink stool. Okay, let me cue this up. Go for it.
There you go. All right. Skippy Bale said that LeBron James is the best all-around rebounder and paint scorer in NBA history.
And Frank just left. Frank left. Yeah, Josh is just sitting here like, wow.
Okay.
What is that, Snowman? What type of bullshit is that?
Okay.
That is
Okay. He said that LeBron is the what?
The greatest rebounder and paint scorer in NBA history.
Not only is that some grade A homogenized Holstein cupcake Twinkie ding dong bullshit.
Yes.
I have my next item, and Bobby, you're gonna get a kick out of this. I have my next item up for bids.
All right.
Hey, I got a question. I just sent a link. Can somebody play it, please? I'm having a hard time playing it. Just please. It's 30 seconds.
Why do I put this up here? Because if you read the final word, it describes LeBron.
My guy.
Chicken.
Is there anyone out there who still isn't clear about what doing drugs does? Okay, last time.
Oh God.
Your brain.
Yes. 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 Any questions?
Still isn't clear about what doing drugs does? Okay.
Thanks, Chloe Hump. Thanks, dude.
All right. You guys ready for the next one?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Skippy Bale said that at Super Bowl 51,
Yes.
Oh God.
In Houston.
we'll see my
Oh no.
This ain't the Cowboys, is it?
Cleveland Browns versus my
Dallas Cowboys, right?
Dallas Cowboys.
James right. We obviously
You know what?
do
He
it.
really is on drugs.
Oh my God.
That's the miracle Super Bowl.
I love my job. I love my job.
We're playing grocery game right now.
Correct.
Like they do on The Price is Right. Okay. Now, the object of the grocery game, as everyone knows who's watched the show, you got to buy between $20 and $21 worth of stuff, right?
Yep.
I think a few of these will make between $20 and $21.
Oh God.
Because why am I saying a bunch of this? Why am I saying a bunch of this? Because this is what is in Skip Bayless's brain, and it's seeping into his blood.
I agree with Gary. And look at Gary says he's a Cowboys fan.
There's no-
He knows that they're not going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, but come on. According to Skip
Gary.
Bayless, but according to Skip Bayless, we have to have the Browns and the Cowboys in it because to add entertainment.
Oh yeah, RG3 versus Tony Romo, the battle of broken collarbones.
You know something? Tony Romo, and look, Gary's a Cowboy fan, but I think what I'm about to tell him is the most truest statement ever.
Yep.
Tony Romo's legacy, if you want to call it that, is defined by a fumbled snap.
Correct.
I will never.
The Seattle Y'all remember that field goal snap against the Seattle Seahawks? That is Tony Romo's legacy, if you want to call it that. 2 playoff wins in, Gary, help me out, 11 years. 2.
Josh, remember
Joe Montana had 2 playoff wins the first time he ever made the playoffs, which, of course, was 1981. All right? He finished with 3 because he won the doggone Super Bowl in Pontiac, Michigan.
And I have to say this, Josh, you remember what happened last year during July? I came home from work and James Purcelli came out and said, "Here's my top 10 quarterback list," and they put Romo at number 5 on there. He's got 2 playoff wins. James Purcelli, the Fox Sports
Guys, I actually found the video that has the Browns and the Cowboys in a Super Bowl.
Is it Tecmo Bowl?
No, it's Madden. Okay, no, it's Madden. It's Madden.
I'll tell you
That's
what.
worse.
It's Madden.
In all the years I have watched the Super Bowl since the mid-'90s, Cleveland-Dallas meet, I will boycott that Super Bowl. I will not even watch it.
I will make sure I am so distracted if those two ever got to the Super Bowl. I will make sure that I have so much other stuff to do and to watch. I don't care how they call it Super Sunday. If the Cowboys and if the Cowgirls and the Cleveland Clowns made it to the Super Bowl, that is a Super Bowl I will never watch. And I don't think
I got this for you, buddy. I got this for you. Now, it's not Super Sunday, it's Super Shit Day, and they're going at the Shit Bowl. Okay, that's what it's going to be called.
You know something? If the Cowboys and the Cowgirls and the Clowns ever met in a Super Bowl,
Cowgirls and the Clowns,
I would boycott it and not watch it. I won't even give Westwood One credit by listening to their radio call. And I don't think my dad nor my daughter would mind. Next!
Look at Sooner Gary. He goes, remember when they blamed Jessica Simpson for him dropping that snap? Because that was his girlfriend.
I'd rather listen to Justin Bieber music than watch a Cowgirls Browns Super Bowl.
Jessica Simpson.
The Cowboys, Gary, I hope you are not offended by this statement, but the Cowboys have not had a legitimate elite quarterback since Troy Aikman.
Yes.
Period.
And we all remember 95 is the last time the Cowboys won it. Josh, well, you don't remember it, but Frank and
I know.
Yeah. And remember what Jerry Jones.
I was actually in Michigan watching that Super Bowl.
Jerry Jones.
There you go. That's pretty right there.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Let's move on.
Oh my gosh. And y'all wonder why off the rails. Hey, y'all wonder why we love A, doing this show, and B, going as far off the rails as we do. We've had Tony Homo and a slew of worst quarterbacks. Like wait. I gotta bring a little Chris Berman here. Like Brandon.
Stay off the weed.
Hey, Sooner Gary, I know the list of quarterbacks for the Cowboys. Quincy Carter, Drew Bledsoe, Vinny Testaverde. Remember? Oh, yeah, Vinny Testaverde was the quarterback of Dallas.
Why was Vinny Testaverde even invited?
Because Bill Parcells was there, and they had that one great year with
Bill Parcells. Okay, Bill Parcells is a Hall of Famer. Bless his heart.
Better believe it.
But why did he ever coach the Cowboys?
Well, come on, wait a minute.
Sean. And Gary, I think you'll know this one too. I want to say Andre Wright or Aaron Wright in 2000 trying to replace Troy Aikman on the last game of the year in Dallas. All they had to do to salvage their season was prevent the New York Giants from winning that game. Because if the Giants won, they would win the division. And on a 4th and 2, you had to get the first down. And you had to get the first down, and you run a draw on 4th and 2, knowing the Giants were expecting a run.
Yep. All right, I got a couple more.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get him.
Anyway, Skippy Bayless said that
Oh, God.
my Cleveland Cavaliers are going to run the table against the Golden State Warriors like the 95-96 Bulls.
Whoa.
Wait, could you repeat that one? Please.
Hold the fuck up. Hold up. Now I'm pissed. And Josh